Hey there, friends. Welcome back to English Vision, the podcast, your daily guide to speaking, listening, and thinking in English with confidence. I'm your host, Sofia, and today we're talking about something that might surprise you: why slowing down actually makes you sound more fluent in English. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait, Sophia, shouldn't fluent English mean speaking fast? But here's the truth: fluency isn't about speed, it's about clarity, connection, and confidence. So stay with me till the end because I'm going to share practical examples, real phrases, and easy speaking tips you can start using today to sound calm, clear, and completely fluent in English. Segment 1: The Big Myth About Fluency. Let's start with the common myth: the idea that fast English equals good English. We often hear native speakers talking fast, and we think if I want to sound fluent, I need to speak quickly too. But guess what? That's not true at all. Even native speakers slow down when they want to emphasize something, when they tell stories, or when they want the listener to understand deeply. Think about your favorite English movies or podcasts. The best speakers don't rush, they pause, they breathe, and they make every word count. When you speak slowly, you give your listener time to understand your words, and you give yourself time to think in English. That's the secret. You sound more confident because you're not rushing your thoughts. Segment 2: The Power of the Pause. Let's talk about something powerful: pauses. Yes, that small moment of silence can completely change how people hear you. Pauses show control. They make your words sound meaningful. They make you sound professional. Imagine this: you're saying, I think learning English takes time, but it's worth it. Now imagine saying fast, I think learning English takes time, but it's worth it. Which one sounds clear and confident? Exactly, the slow one. When you slow down, you don't just speak better, you sound smarter. You show that you're thinking, you care about what you're saying, and you want your listener to understand. Segment 3: Real life example: speaking naturally. Let's take a real example. Imagine you're introducing yourself in an interview. You say, Hi, I'm Sophia, and I'm really passionate about teaching English. I love helping people learn to express themselves clearly. Now, if you said that fast, you'd sound nervous, maybe even unsure. But when you slow down, you sound calm, in control, and confident, exactly what fluent speakers sound like. So remember, fluency is not about speed, it's about balance, it's about rhythm, emotion, and clarity. Segment 4: Practice with me. Let's practice this together. Repeat after me, but take your time. I don't need to speak fast. I need to speak clearly. I can slow down and still sound fluent. How did that feel? Good, right? When you slow down, you feel less pressure, and your pronunciation gets better too. Your words have space to breathe. Story time: a lesson from my student. Let me share a short story. I once had a student named Maya. She spoke English very fast because she thought speed meant fluency, but her sentences were running into each other. People couldn't understand her easily. One day, I told her, Maya, slow down, focus on one sentence at a time. At first, she felt strange. She thought, oh no, I sound slow. But after a week of practice, something amazing happened. People started saying, Wow, Maya, you sound so confident now. That's the magic of slowing down. It changes how others feel when they listen to you. Segment 6: The Science Behind Speaking Slowly. You might be wondering, is there any science behind this idea of speaking slowly? Yes, absolutely. When you slow down your speech, your brain actually gets more time to plan your next sentence. It reduces nervousness and helps you avoid filler words like or like. Psychologists say that when people hear a slower, more relaxed voice, they automatically feel more connected and more confident in the speaker. So if you're giving a presentation, talking to a friend, or even chatting online, don't rush. Take a breath, pause, and let your words land. You'll notice something beautiful. People start listening more carefully. They start respecting your voice, And most importantly, you start enjoying your conversations more. Segment 7, Common Mistakes Learners Make. Now let's talk about a few mistakes that English learners often make when they try to sound fluent. Mistake number 1, speaking too fast to sound natural. When you rush, you lose pronunciation accuracy and your words become unclear. Mistake number 2, not breathing enough. Yes, fluency also depends on your breathing. When you forget to breathe, you get tired and your voice loses energy. Mistake number 3, trying to think and speak at the same time too quickly. This creates confusion and you might forget simple words. Here's the secret: slow speakers plan while they speak. They use pauses wisely, so their brain always stays one step ahead. Segment 8, How to Slow Down Naturally. Okay, now let's get practical. How can you slow down naturally without sounding robotic or boring? Here are a few easy steps. Step 1, record yourself. Take a short topic like my favorite hobby and record your voice twice, once at normal speed and once slower. Then listen carefully. Notice how your pronunciation improves when you slow down. Step 2, use short sentences. Instead of saying one long sentence with too many ideas, break it into smaller ones. Like this: I love reading. It helps me relax and I learn new words. Each line gives space for your listener to understand and connect. Step 3, practice with rhythm. English has a natural rhythm like music. You don't have to sound monotone, you just need a flow. Try this pattern: speak clearly, pause, smile, and continue. That's it. It's simple, but it changes everything. Copy the pauses, copy the breathing, copy the music of the voice. If you listen deeply, you'll start to notice that native speakers don't rush. They pause naturally after important ideas. They make their message easy to follow. So from now on, whenever you listen to English, whether it's a song, a movie, or a conversation, focus on the flow. That's how you train your ear to think and sound like a fluent speaker. Back segment 10, mini practice, slow speaking exercise. Let's do a small practice right now. Take a deep breath in and exhale slowly. Now repeat after me. I speak with confidence. My words matter. I take my time and I sound fluent. Beautiful. That calm rhythm is exactly what makes you sound professional and fluent. Remember, fluency isn't a race. It's a connection between your thoughts and your listener's understanding. Segment 11, How Native Speakers Use Speed and Silence. Now let's look at how native speakers actually use speed and silence together. You see, fluent English speakers don't speak fast all the time. They actually change their speed, sometimes slow, sometimes faster, depending on emotion or meaning. For example, when they tell a story, they might say, So I was walking home and suddenly I saw something amazing. Notice how the first part was slow to build the picture and the second part was faster to show excitement. This mix of slow and fast speech creates natural rhythm and emotion. It keeps your listener interested. So, slowing down doesn't mean you speak like a robot. It means you control your tempo. You guide your listener through your message, step by step. That's what real fluency looks like: control. Is segment 12, the emotional side of slowing down. Now let's talk about something deeper: the emotional side of slowing down. When you speak slowly, you sound more thoughtful. You give space for emotion, and that makes people trust you. Imagine you're comforting a friend. You wouldn't say, It's okay, don't worry, everything will be fine. You'd say slowly, It's okay, don't worry, everything will be fine. That slow rhythm shows empathy, care, and connection. So, slowing down doesn't just help your English, it helps your relationships. It helps people feel safe and heard when they talk to you. Fluent speakers use tone, pace, and silence to express feeling, not just meaning. If you can do that, you're already fluent, because fluency is about connection, not perfection. Segment 13, Common Phrases to Practice Slowly. All right, now let's get practical again. I'm going to share some everyday English phrases that you can practice slowly to improve your clarity and confidence. Repeat after me. Good morning. How are you today? I'd love a cup of coffee, please. Could you repeat that for me? I'm still learning, but I'm getting better every day. See, when you slow down, each word becomes clear. Each phrase sounds natural, and your accent improves too. Here's a tip. When you practice at home, use your phone's voice recorder. Say one of these phrases slowly and listen back. Ask yourself, can I understand every word clearly? If yes, you're doing great. If not, slow down a little more. Segment 14, the mirror technique. Here's one of my favorite speaking tricks, the mirror technique. Stand in front of a mirror, look at yourself, and talk like you're speaking to a friend. Notice your lips, your eyes, and your breathing. When you slow down, you'll see your face relax, your voice becomes warmer, and your expression becomes natural. This helps your brain connect emotions with language, which is how real conversations work. You're not just practicing English words, you're practicing connection. Try this every morning for just 2 minutes. Say something simple like today, I'm going to do my best. Say it slowly, smile when you speak. That small daily habit can change how you speak forever. Segment 15, from nervous to natural. Many learners tell me, Sophia, I feel nervous when I speak English. And you know what I always say? Slow down. Because when you slow down, you take back control. You start thinking clearly. You stop worrying about mistakes. Your brain finally gets the time to organize your ideas before your mouth speaks. So next time you feel nervous, pause, take a breath, and begin slowly. You'll notice that people listen better. They'll nod, they'll smile, and they'll wait for your next sentence. That's how confidence grows, not from speed, but from calm communication. Segment 16, how to train your speaking pace daily. Now, let's talk about how you can train your speaking pace every single day. Because fluency isn't something that happens overnight, it's something you build step by step with small daily habits. So, here are a few simple ways to practice slowing down naturally. Number one, read out loud every day. Take a short paragraph from a book, a podcast transcript, or even a YouTube description and read it out loud slowly. Don't focus on speed, focus on clarity. Try to pronounce every sound carefully. When you do this daily, you train your tongue and your brain to move together smoothly. That's how your natural speaking pace improves. Number two, shadow and practice. Find a short English audio clip, maybe a movie line or a podcast sentence, and listen carefully. Then repeat exactly what the speaker says, but slightly slower. Pay attention to rhythm, intonation, and breathing. The goal isn't to copy speed, it's to copy flow. Number three, pause after punctuation. Whenever you read or speak, notice the commas and full stops. That's your breathing space. When you pause naturally at punctuation, you sound more relaxed, more clear, and more fluent. And finally, number four, practice short answers. When someone asks you a question, don't rush to answer. Pause for 1 second, smile, and then speak. That small pause shows confidence. Remember, native speakers do it all the time. Segment 17, the secret of controlled energy. Let's talk about something that advanced speakers use, what I call controlled energy. Controlled energy means you don't let your excitement or nervousness make your voice too fast. Instead, you balance your tone. Imagine you're presenting in English. You might feel nervous, your heart beats fast, and you just want to get through it quickly. But that's when you need to slow down the most. Take a breath and speak from your chest, not your throat. When you speak from your chest, your voice becomes deeper and calmer. Your sentences sound stronger. Try this simple breathing tip. Before you speak, inhale slowly through your nose for 4 seconds, then exhale gently through your mouth. This resets your rhythm and helps you control your energy while speaking. That's what fluent, confident speakers do. They control their energy, not let their energy control them. But when you slow down, each sound becomes clear. Let's try a quick test. Say this sentence fast. She sells seashells by the seashore. Now say it slowly, carefully. Did you notice the difference? The slower version was easier, clearer, and more understandable. So from now on, don't worry about sounding like a native speaker. Focus on being understood. That's real fluency. Segment 19, The power of listening to yourself. Here's another secret tip: listen to yourself, record your speaking practice once a week. Don't judge yourself, just listen. Ask questions like: do I sound rushed? Can I understand my own words clearly? If you sound nervous or unclear, slow down even more next time. And if you sound calm and confident, great job. That means your rhythm is improving. I always tell my students your voice is your best teacher. When you listen to yourself often, you'll start hearing your own mistakes and fixing them naturally. It's not about perfection, it's about awareness. Like your favorite food, your daily routine, or a short story from your life, then speak about it for 1 minute, but slowly. Time yourself. At first, you'll feel like you're speaking too slow, but when you listen back, you'll realize you sound calm, confident, and fluent. Try this challenge every day for 7 days. You'll be amazed by your progress. You'll start thinking more clearly in English, and your confidence will grow naturally. Remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Segment 21: Final Thoughts and Outro. So, my friends, we've learned something powerful today: that speaking slowly isn't a weakness, it's a strength. When you slow down, you sound clear, you sound confident, and most importantly, you sound fluent. Fluency isn't about speed, it's about connection. It's about being understood, not just being heard. So, next time you speak English, remember to breathe, pause, and take your time. Every word you say has power, so let it shine. If you found today's episode helpful, don't forget to subscribe to English Vision, the podcast, so you never miss your daily boost of English learning, motivation, and real conversation tips. And guess what? Tomorrow we have another amazing episode coming your way. So make sure to stay tuned, because every day is another step toward your English fluency journey. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I'm Sofia, and this was English Vision, the podcast. Until next time, speak clearly, speak confidently, and keep learning with love. Subscribe now to English Vision, the podcast, where your English grows one word at a time.